The street was alive with the chaotic energy of the city, horns blaring, engines revving, and people moving with the rhythm of their daily routines. Among them, a young mother, Lisa, clutched her son's small hand as they waited at the pedestrian crossing. Little Danny, barely 6, bounced on his toes, his excitement barely contained. "Wait for the light, sweetheart," Lisa reminded him, squeezing his hand a little tighter. Then it happened. A black sports car, sleek and aggressive, roared down the street, its tires screeching against the pavement. It ignored the red light, accelerating instead of slowing down. The driver, a man with dark glasses and a sneer on his lips, barely noticed the pedestrians waiting at the curb, or perhaps he just didn't care. Lisa's heart stopped. The car was coming too fast. Danny, oblivious, took a single step forward. Lisa screamed, yanking him back just as the car came within inches of them. But then a shadow moved. A figure blurred into action, stepping right into the street with a speed and precision that defied logic. A single hand slammed onto the hood of the speeding car. The impact sent a sharp metallic clang echoing through the street. The entire vehicle jerked as though it had hit an invisible wall. The driver's face contorted in shock as the car skidded sideways, tires smoking. The once confident sneer turned into wide-eyed disbelief. Silence. People froze, their gazes locked onto the man standing tall in the middle of the road, hands still resting on the car's hood. His expression was calm, controlled, but there was an unmistakable intensity in his eyes. Keanu Reeves. The realization rippled through the crowd like electricity. Gasps filled the air. A few people instinctively reached for their phones, but the sheer magnitude of what had just happened left most of them paralyzed. Keanu slowly removed his hand, stepping back as the car now sat motionless. The driver scrambled out, face flushed with a mix of rage and humiliation. "What the hell, man?" he barked, trying to regain his bravado. "You could have gotten yourself killed." Keanu tilted his head slightly, his voice eerily calm. "You almost killed a mother and her child." Lisa, still gripping Danny, couldn't find her voice. Her heart pounded against her ribs as she looked at the man who had just, what? Stopped a speeding car with one hand? The driver scoffed, attempting to mask his fear. "Whatever, man. Mind your own business." He took a step forward, trying to intimidate, but Keanu didn't flinch. Instead, he turned to Lisa and Danny. "Are you okay?" Lisa nodded quickly. Yes, thank you. I don't even know how." Danny, still wide-eyed, whispered, "Are you John Wick?" A small smile tugged at Keanu's lips. He knelt slightly, meeting the boy's gaze. "Just a guy trying to do the right thing." By now, more people had gathered. The driver seemed to realize his mistake. There were too many witnesses, too many cameras. He muttered a curse and hurried back into his car, speeding off before things got worse for him. A collective breath was released. A few people clapped, others simply stood there, stunned. Lisa swallowed hard, gripping Danny tighter. "I don't know how to thank you." Keanu just shook his head. "You don't need to." Then, with that same effortless grace, he turned and started walking away. But before he could disappear, Danny called out, "Wait!" Keanu stopped, looking back. Danny hesitated for a moment before breaking into a grin. "You're awesome," Keanu chuckled. "So are you, kid." And with a nod, he melted back into the crowd, leaving behind a story that would be told over and over. A moment where reality and legend blurred, where a movie hero became a real-life savior. Lisa knelt, pulling Danny into a tight hug. Her hands still trembled, but her heart swelled with gratitude. Sometimes heroes didn't wear capes. Sometimes they wore humility.